What's the haps, Jax? I gotta go play a gig tonight, so I don't have time to make something weird. Just thought I'd give you an update though. We're at about $2,100 for the fundraiser for Trevor. Had a couple smaller donations come in, but still going pretty good. I did put out a challenge out there. If 4 people give $500, I will donate another $500. That's about the max I can do. I'm not flush, so I'm just doing what I can, trying to prove I'm serious to helping them out. And remember, that's the focus. Once I get Trevor taken care of, I can be done with this. You guys don't have to see my face every day. Did want to let you know how I'm doing though. This stuff is pretty hard. It's kind of hard to deal with a vile subject and not act in a vile way, which that isn't in my nature. I like supporting people and generally trying to be positive too. Overall, I haven't gotten much flack. I haven't really gotten any private messages or anything. I have noticed lately there's a couple of the 4+ year veterans that are kind of just shaking their head a little bit, but I think some of them are kind of late to the party. First, they were just mad that a name wasn't named, and now they're wanting proof and just think it's some people just yelling. But the thing is we were allowed to talk because we were asked for proof. We got court documents uploaded, and so we were able to talk for a while. So we did reach out to moderators and stuff first, and that stuff was put up. I don't know what else I can give you. I think part of the problem is, and I noticed this getting into paramotoring, I mean, I looked at every facet, and even before I got in, I realized, man, if you look at the 20-year history of it, there's just a crap ton of drama. And I think people are just tired. They're just used to it. Like, certain people just like to live like it's freaking 1980s LA. I don't know if it's like the image or party lifestyle, or I don't know. And then you got a lot of beautiful people. They're just so passionate about instructing and sharing the joys of this. And I had a conversation with someone pretty important, and I was like, man, you hear stories of like moon astronauts, like going to the moon, looking back at the Earth and the window, and just getting a different worldly perspective just changes them. And I always thought, wouldn't this change people? And I've come to realize that I think some qualities of appreciation and gratitude and empathy, and I think that's just rooted in the individual and what they're capable of. I don't know, it's weird. It's always puzzled me. But there's been so much drama in our history, I think people are just tired. You know, if something comes out, they think it's another loudmouth story, or manufacturers fighting with each other, and just the same old poop in a group. But this is a little different. We're new students. We're pretty green. And I listen to the pros. The pros tell me something, to act a certain way or do something. I take it to heart. But at the end of the day, this is about new students, and new students getting screwed over. It's just bizarre. And I don't know why Mike teaches, because, you know, paramotoring is not a big money maker if you really look at the numbers. And you got to have a passion to teach. You want to be a teacher. And like with Mike, like if you're a student, you're going to really want the aftercare, the follow-up, and be able to talk to somebody. And you hear somebody that they won't even follow up with you on ordering. I don't know, it's weird. Like, I've talked to instructors and big name people I've never even given money to, and they follow up with me and been really helpful. It's crazy. But I don't know why. You know, you gotta want to teach, and you gotta want to care about your students and take ownership of them. I mean, if you're in it for the numbers or something, I don't know. It's just like, why can't you just enjoy flying by yourself and go do something else? But overall, it's not too bad. You just get some folks that, you know, are kind of annoyed with this is just getting blasted every day. And the thing is we're doing it because year after year, somebody says something, they get threatened, stuff gets taken down, stuff just gets swept under the rug. I think some people just want to continue the party. If they're treated okay, then I guess they're more susceptible to kind of turning a blind eye and looking into this a little further. And that's what's tough, because when people wrong other people, it's not like they wrong everybody, otherwise they wouldn't be able to keep doing what they do. They'll treat certain people really, really well, and then pick on a few or whatever, whoever they think they can bully. And it's like, if you screw over one person, that still reflects on you. It doesn't matter how many people you treated well. I've had friends I've loved to death that have treated me just absolutely wonderful. I remember one time a certain best friend went to go visit him, and his girlfriend had a black eye, and she told me she was in a bike accident. And then a little bit later, her friend came to me and was like, she did not get in a bike accident, and I immediately dropped that guy. There's certain things you can't do, and I don't even care if you're family. If I found out one of my family members was engaged in something illicit, I would shut that down immediately. It's just not okay. Accountability is really important in any sort of community. But luckily, I've had a lot of support. I've had a lot of people reach out to me privately, and not just people who've gotten scammed too. It's helped a lot. It's really helped me emotionally, because this thing can cause me some anxiety, but that's helped a lot. And I've had a few that were able to corroborate some things I haven't even spoken about. I'm privy to a lot of private information that I haven't shared, and I don't want to share it, because if I do, it's going to damage people, or they might get harassed. And I've been trusted with a lot of discretion, and I intend to honor that. I don't even care if I lose or if I fail at this. I'm still going to honor those people. The ends don't justify the means. So I know that sounds like a cop-out, but at the end of the day, if I'm called into court, I feel comfortable. I've got a treasure trove of stuff personally, of all sorts of stuff that people have forwarded me, people who have been very close to this person. And I've got a lot of people that would be happy to testify or sign an affidavit. So I'm not too worried about that. That would just be more of a inconvenience. I'm probably a little bit more paranoid just by the fact that his rap sheet's really bad. There's public records you can access, and his is so long, it's like, this is probably a person that's capable of anything. But at the end of the day, I've lived my life. I've had some ups and downs, and the downs were super low, so I know I can handle. But also, when you battle depression and anxiety, you learn that you have to do what you can to beat fear, because if you succumb to it, you just end up sitting, and it just makes it worse. You can't live your life in fear. You gotta get out, and you gotta live your life. And I don't know, it's a little easier for me, because whenever there's an important cause, it's like a trigger in my brain. I can just flip that switch and be like, all right, going a-blazing. Because I've done it a couple times in my life. I've stood up for people for some different causes, and they're all noble. I didn't fight dirty. But the people who've reached out to me, that's helped me a lot. I really appreciate it. You gave me a lot of strength and a lot of goodwill. But I just want to remind everybody, this is about Trevor. I got to push that fundraiser. I got to get him going. And overall, the flack hasn't been too bad. I mean, the only thing I got personal was a week before I even went public with anything. Mike shot me a message threatening me. He sent me a Facebook message, And so what I did is I stuck him in a group chat with someone from the training committee, and I just said, in response to this message, I'd like to talk about your training and business practices. And I didn't say anything, and I didn't say, even when I did it, it was like almost nothing. And he just like rambled for hours and hours and hours, just panicking, and he just totally embarrassed himself. And it was weird because by the time he was told, hey, enough's enough, he was starting to send screenshots that were incriminating. It was really weird. I mean, there were like messages of like when I was trying to get my motor and money, because I wasn't mean when I was trying to do it. I was just like, come on. And yeah, I don't know. It was a bit bizarre, but it was kind of funny watching him act like a train wreck. I tell you what, folks, the legal docs and stuff were uploaded online. I know some people want them pinned and whatever. And it's like, you know, the moderators and stuff have been extremely generous. They asked for proof if we didn't want our stuff taken down. Gave it to them, and I think I'm kind of running out of patience with folks, so I've got to dial that back out of respect, because they still got to keep the groups active. You know, I don't want the group shut down, so I'm gonna get off that for a bit, but I'm still gonna put up daily updates on at least this, because we gotta drive it. It can't be swept under the rug. Not until I get Trevor taken care of. And hopefully by then that'll allow other people to realize, hey, this is a serious topic and you get this addressed, you know. I find it weird that some people are kind of shaking their head, but then they talk about Captain Crunch and Super Dave all the time. I mean, at least with like Super Dave, I've never heard of him giving bad training or conning people out of money. So that's just weird, you know. I get how his behavior is in general, but in terms of like, you know, training, if I would have went to him, hey, he would have probably given me a motor. All right, that's all I got. Peace out, Cub Scouts.